So this is a preliminary stream. I've got a video I'm going to be releasing in a day or two. I just made actually on Tom Nash. And of course I've shown before he deletes videos. He deleted the video about PE ratios being completely unimportant. Tom Nash is a fraud. Let me be clear on this. Tom Nash is a complete fraud. He's a liar. He lied about his credentials. Folks, let's be clear about this. A lot of people can't think clearly, especially if you're a millennial and younger. It's not your fault. It's the problem with the society, the internet, and your parents' failure to navigate you through these things. So let me be clear about this. Tom Nash, unlike virtually any other fake investment guru on YouTube that I've come across, Tom Nash has done something that nobody else has done as far as I'm aware. As bad as these scumbags are, as bad as Meet Kevin is, as much of a scammer, disinfo, unqualified clown, an idiot, all these guys, Kevin never came out and said, look, I'm a former Wall Street analyst. Now, of course, he couldn't do it. I don't know if he would have. If he could have, he may have. I don't know. Because he already established himself as a real estate guy. But Tom Nash has come out and claimed that he has all these credentials. People seem to think that, well, he's credible. He was a former Wall Street analyst for more than 10 years. Tom Nash knows I've offered him $10,000 to show me irrefutable evidence of his credentials. He's not responded. Folks, pass the videos along. Email him. Post comments everywhere, especially on channels where he doesn't control. Let everybody know. Tom Nash is an absolute fraud. He's a fraud. He lied about his credentials to gain the trust of subscribers. He's selling a product. That's right, Tom. You're selling a product. You're selling affiliate links. You're selling advertisements. You're selling your garbage investment picks on Patreon. You're selling numerous products based upon your fake credentials. You are an absolute fraud. I can say that having come out for 6 months now, offering him $10,000. He's seen my videos. All his little gang has seen my videos. Notice none of the gang talks about my offer. You'll notice that, folks, the circle jerk. All these guys, they're all, I'm telling you, by the time some of you idiots realize it, it's going to be too late. I've been telling you from day one, they're all in the same fucking circle. It's a circle jerk. They're fooling you. Yeah, Jeremy sucks. Kevin sucks. They're all partnering together, and they're laughing at you. They're partnering and laughing at you. Let me just play this to illustrate to you guys the circle jerk. Listen to what Tom says here.
Comment is basically this. Oh, you're going to pull a Jeremy again with this guy, right? So I think they got so much negativity from their own base off of the kumbaya moment with Jeremy, which I think was cool. By the way, I patched things up with Jeremy after that. So after their video, I called Jeremy. You know this. I told you this story. And me and Jeremy are cool. So we spoke and we patched it.
You hear that, folks? And of course you saw where Tom goes on Everything Money. He says, I love the video. I'm a subscriber again. I resubscribed. They're all in the same circle jerk. All these people, folks, all of them, they're fooling you. Oh, yeah, I like the drama. They're all, first of all, none of them are qualified to be pitching stocks and be pretending to do analysis. None of them. Show me a single person. None of them. Second of all, they're all pretending to be adversaries. And they're not. They're all fakes. They're all in the same group. CoffeeZilla is in that group, by the way. He won't call out these guys. Why is that? Hey, Coffee Boy, Mr. Self-Proclaimed Detective, and send him this clip. Hey, boy, hey, little kid, you were calling out the trading gurus before Ricky Gutierrez. See, why not? Why aren't you going after this latest wave, Coffee Boy? And the reason why, of course, is because Coffee Boy is in the same circle jerk with these guys, so he doesn't even go over into these guys anymore. Coffee Boy is responsible for building Tom Nash's channel. Coffee, you're a fraud. You have no credibility. You're a fraud. Everyone can make a mistake, but you know you made many mistakes with these guys, and you haven't come out and set the story straight. That makes you a fraud. You're a fraud. What are you going to do about it, Coffee Kid? Huh? What are you going to say about it, Coffee Boy? You're a fraud, just like these scummers. Actually, CoffeeZilla is he has enabled Tom Nash. He's an enabler, a legal enabler. Because he says that, oh, well, I looked at Tom's credentials and I've signed off on them. Tom Nash built his channel off of CoffeeZilla. But so CoffeeZilla has legally signed off on Tom Nash. That makes him legally liable. That's right. He's legally liable now. So you heard Tom Nash. He patched it up. Folks, all these guys are in the same circle jerk. They have a different position in the circle jerk. You got to understand this. I learned all this stuff 15 years ago when I was exposing all the gold pumping scam artists. You know, they all hang out in the same circles. In the YouTube situation, it's just a different thing. They pretend like they're going after these other people, and they're not. And you know, there's highs and lows, and at the end of the day, oh yeah, we made up. Oh really? So you're calling somebody a fraud and a scammer, Paul, everything money, and you made up. What? How does that make sense? What? You mean you were bought off? You understand, folks? These people are disingenuous, scumbag, scam artists. And once again, just to remind those who haven't seen the stream that I did the other day on everything money, you'll notice that they criticized Tom only for, we don't know where he lives, but we do, he's in Israel. And we don't know his real name, and he has bad stock picks. They never brought up the most important topic, and that is he lied about his credentials. Now, Seth knows who I am. He sent me an email months ago telling me how much you liked my videos on Tom. And so they've seen my videos on Tom about the credentials. They know about the $10,000. They haven't said anything. Why? Because, folks, they don't want the idiots on YouTube who watch them to understand the most critical aspect of these fake investment gurus. They don't have credentials. Paul, everything money, he doesn't want his brainwashed, low IQ, naive cult members to realize that credibility, right, that's the key. What's your credibility? What qualifies you to be giving a stock analysis and to be charging people money for that? See, that proves how disingenuous Paul and everything money is, just right there. They don't want to bring up that issue. That's the central issue. People can be wrong. I'm not right 100% of the time, right? But there's a difference between me coming out with an analysis or recommendation and being wrong versus some child, right? And that's what these people are. If they're doing this, they're children. Now, there's people on YouTube, not a whole lot, but there are some people who they give financial information, they go over some things here and there, but they're not coming out every day, the best 5 stocks to buy during this recession, right? These guys are promoting trading simply for the fact that on a daily basis, even everything money, they're promoting trading, and they claim to be value investors. Why? Because on a constant basis every day, they're going over new stocks. Oh, we go over this stock. And then you got this Mo guy who promotes videos on introduction to shorting stocks, introduction to day trading, right? And then they have videos on IRAs and dollar cost averaging. They're bringing in the lowest hanging fruit, people who have probably never invested before, and they're teaching them. Well, Mo couldn't teach anything. He's attempting to teach these people how to short stocks, how to day trade. luring them in to the black hole of despair. Right? You understand that? That's irresponsible. That's completely, but they don't care about that. These are people, every single one of these guys, they all have major problems. They all operate from a different angle. And I've shown that, I think, with Everything Money, they've got their own different angle, right? Their angle is much different than Kevin. Their angle is much different than Stockmo. Right? And this is why people think, oh, well, Everything Money's not as bad as Stockmo. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Why? Because at the end of the day, they're disinformation. They're full of shit. You're going to lose money. It doesn't matter that Stockmo is a more obvious clown and pitches garbage and penny stocks and cryptos. At the end of the day, Everything Money, just like Tom Nash, they are luring people who are not able to compete against the pros in the market. They're luring people to lose money. People that should buy the S&P index and call it a day. That's the reality. And that comes from me, 30 years in the industry, as a financial advisor, as a venture capitalist, as a merchant banker, having advised multi-billion-dollar funds. And that's fact. That's fact. I have a good understanding of what goes on in the market. And these people are making money with deceit, with disinformation, and scams. It's just all, it varies depending upon who you're talking about. At the end of the day, as I've said before, if someone tells you that you're going to die tomorrow at exactly 2 p.m., and they ask you, they say, okay, we can determine how you're going to die. Would you like to die in a car crash? Would you like to die in a fire? Or would you like to die with a gunshot wound? Some people aren't going to respond, but people who are going to respond, they're going to have a choice. They're going to pick because they're going to think that one of those choices is not as bad as the other. But the smart people are going to realize it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they're going to die. You see, it doesn't matter the mode of death if you're dying at the same time. It's the same with these fake investment gurus. It doesn't matter if you've got people on one end of the extreme like Stockmo and Chris Sane, right? Or, people kind of, after that, meet Kevin. People in the middle like this humble trader. And then you have like the people on the other end that seem to be, they're talking about cash flows and discounted cash flow valuation. That's all bullshit. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. So, because look, anytime anybody takes something that's highly complicated and tries to make it simple, and they're trying to sell you, they attach money to it. They're a scammer. How come I can't come out with something quite simple to show you how to value stocks? Because it's not simple, and I'm damn accurate. My track record's one of the best in the world. You can't do it. It's not possible. There are too many nuances. The market is determined by human behavior, which is constantly changing. Anybody that uses discounted cash flow valuation for a stock and tell it's undervalued, it's overvalued, that's bullshit. It's simply not true. That's a lie. Complete lie. And once again, I challenge you to go out there and show me any Wall Street research that uses discounted cash flow. And someone say, well, Wall Street research, they're wrong. You tell me that Wall Street research is more wrong than YouTube guys? Come on. Sam says, I just now looked at the screen, by the way. Sam says, Everything Money, they stated they don't have an emergency fund. Use credit cards was their advice. What? What? Now, so first of all, now they're getting into personal finance. The scam industry that is, it's filled with predators that basically are selling ice to Eskimos, like Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, another con artist, complete garbage, Robert Kiyosaki. Now they're getting into that, and they're telling people to never have an emergency fund, use credit cards. Consumer finance is a scam industry. It's just a fact. I mean, I can tell everybody all they need to know about consumer finance in this, and I'm talking about everything for the rest of their life in a span of 30 minutes. But you have people making a career out of it, right? It's just like, look. But anyway, let's talk about Tom here. So Tom, I'm pretty sure I saved this video. I got bored of Tom, really. I haven't been doing videos on the guy, but some of you probably already noticed, and some of the streams I mentioned this before in the past, by the way. The video on Tom is, I'm going to go ahead and give you a preview here. It's the video, I'm sure some of you remember, when he recommended to buy Twitter for arbitrage. You all remember that? So let me just go ahead and give you the nuts and bolts of this. Tom Nash, after the Twitter board approved Elon's takeout price of $54.20. Let me go ahead and show you a chart. Now, keep in mind, here's when they approved it, I guess in early April. Now remember, this was when the market began its major devastating sell-off, right? I think the NASDAQ had like 7 straight losing weeks, right? And the Dow had like 8. Now, so Tom Nash came out and released a video on April 26th. You can see right here. And he made the video the day before when it was just under $52. And he says in the video, hey, because the market was going down, he says, look, the market's going down. I'm going to show you a way you can make money even if the market goes down. And he basically said, this is almost a slam dunk, almost no risk, almost a guarantee, buy it. And he said basically, look, this is arbitrage. I'm going to teach you this strategy, and it's usually used by pros. But I'm going to democratize. That's why I'm here, to democratize these things, to show you people. Yeah, to show them how to blow up. Okay? So he's basically saying it's a good deal, it's low risk, it's going to close in 2 weeks, and you get upside of 4%. He recommended it. So what happened? Collapsed. You lost 25, 35%. Complete disaster. And why would you engage in something like that for 4% upside? Why? It's not worth the risk, right? And so I have a video I'm going to release on that. It's about a 30-minute video soon. And but I want to just kind of give you an idea what's going on. And so if you take a look, Tom actually, the whole point is Tom deleted the second part of this video. We'll go ahead and listen to the end here.
See, $2.20 is not a lot of arbitrage. I mean, it's a very tiny arbitrage. But as we say in Russia, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
See that? He cut this video off, I'll bet, any amount of money in the world. It's fact. So, Tom Nash deleted. Did anybody see this video? Now, he also altered the description somewhat. He altered the description. But what's important, folks, save his videos, put the timestamp on there, and now you have to save the description because he changes it, and even the comments. Take a look at some of the comments. You can read the comments where they're saying, hey, Tom, you were wrong. You're going to apologize now? If you watch the video,
hedge funds,
he's not coming out strongly and saying, yes, buy, it's low risk. But you can tell he's kind of is. That's why he spliced the second half of the video. See, in YouTube, you're able to edit videos that have been published. This is what he did. I'm sure of it. I'm absolutely sure of it. But it doesn't even matter. Because if you listen to this, he's basically saying, look, it's 4%. He starts out by saying, we don't know anything. Everything's uncertain in life. But this is basically he's implying this is certain. Watch the video for yourself and see. He even tries to validate arbitrage by claiming that Benjamin Graham talked about it in his book. Arbitrage is not value investing, and what Benjamin Graham, most of the stuff from his book is not even applicable today. That's like old. That's not even applicable. And so, of course, when you're going to hear someone criticize me, they're going to focus on that statement I just said. Oh, yeah, he doesn't think Benjamin Graham. He doesn't think. You see, this is what these fraudsters do. They take little things that don't really matter, that are not the core of the argument, to focus on those. You see, I'm in a position to criticize Benjamin Graham, okay, because of my status in the world. And I'm just telling you the truth. Anybody that thinks that Benjamin Graham's most of that stuff is applicable doesn't have a clue what's going on. But anyway, and you'll notice also Tom has some replies. You'll see he's deleted some of the replies as well that he replied to. He's trying to erase the traces of his very strong recommendation to buy Twitter. And I mentioned this, as I said, I mentioned this at least once or twice over the past couple of months about this. I was laughing about his call. Did he already delete it? Doesn't matter. I've got it on my video. I've got it on the video. I'll be showing it when it's released. I can't find it here. But the guy basically said, hey, Tom, I told you this was risky and it wasn't going to work. Are you going to come out now with an apology video since all your subscribers lost a ton of money on this? Right? You see? So, of course, I talked about Tom before. He made this video, and he deleted it after he saw my video. And my video was calling him out. As you recall, Tom made this quick video, something like, "This is a slam dunk." That was the name of the video, something like that. And in that video, it was a response to Everything Money, where I guess Everything Money talks about PE ratio. And by the way, Everything Money, Paul is a clueless chump. In their 8 pillars, you'll recall, initially they had 1 PE ratio. And then they decided to put historical numbers. But Paul is still clueless because he doesn't understand that historical PE ratio numbers doesn't really tell you a whole lot. That's only really for relative valuation. And if you understand the typical PE ratio of the industry, it doesn't do you any good otherwise. What's most important is the forward 12-month PE ratio. And Paul doesn't understand that. He's clueless. Even Stockmo understands that. They were criticizing Stockmo for talking about the forward 12-month PE ratio. Hey, Paul, Mr. Hair Transplant, why do you think investors, Wall Street, highlights the importance of earnings and earnings season and earnings estimates and forward revision? You understand, Paul? It's all about forward earnings estimates. You dildo. And of course, this stuff that I'm saying is completely irrefutable. What do you do when you have a top expert who states things that are irrefutable to fake investment guru monkeys? They ignore it. Best way is to spread my videos, folks. Let everybody know, okay? Posting comments about it, right? That's what you do. Email other people with channels. You will find out if they're in the circle jerk, right? Think about this. I mean, simply for the fact, look who I am. I stayed off YouTube all these years, all this time. I mean, I'm the guy that predicted the financial crisis, not just predicted it in detail and more accuracy than anybody. Who wouldn't want to talk to me? It's not about that, folks. It's about scamming. YouTube is about scamming people. That's all that matters. Not about providing value. It's about people running their scams. Therefore, you don't want to upset the circle jerk. You want to make as many friends with scammers as you can, because we all know that con artists form syndicates. They're stronger when they work together, you see. And they're stronger when they, say, sequester their cult members in discords. You see, isolate them away from any type of criticism or any type of question. So you're surrounded by a bunch of clueless cult members who are always going to explain why you got it wrong. Oh, well, but you don't understand, his real thing. It's, you see. So it's the circle jerk, folks.